Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Pyclik. I'm in my fourth full term here at of the Auburn BCS program. This is my video for Software Construction Fundamentals, Module 7. The purpose of this video today is to just go ahead and walk you through my semester project that we've all been working on and building, our web browser. This was built using the C# programming language in Visual Studio 2017. So let's go ahead and get into it here. To start off with, I've got my published file here in this folder, so we're going to go ahead and install this on my desktop. Just double click on that and run this. We'll install it. I get a Windows is protecting my PC message, so I'll go ahead and click more info. Run this anyway because I want to install it, and here you can see that here is my web browser. So it's pretty basic. Fortunately, I haven't had a whole lot of time to add a bunch of bells and whistles and make it look really nice. But this is kind of the goal that I was going for anyway, was to build a web browser that's pretty simplistic, not a whole lot of add-ons here. That's kind of one of my complaints. A lot of web browsers start very lightweight and fast, and then they slowly continue to add bloatware and adware and things like that. So that was kind of my goal, is to just kind of keep this thing simple. And just to show real quick, to show you that it's installed here, let's go ahead and open up the control panel, go to my programs and features, and here you can see down here webbrowser.ui. So you can see that this is now installed on my machine, and I can run it anytime I want, or I can send that package off to other people who have Windows, and they can also run this installer and use this web browser. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this. Obviously, the first functionality we want to look at is just browsing to a web page. So I will go ahead and type that up there and hit the enter button on my keyboard, and we can see we are sent to google.com. Now, one of the interesting features that I added, which took a little bit of effort but wasn't too bad, was to do automatic HTTPS redirection. For those of you that may not be familiar with it, HTTPS is a secure version of HTTP. So if you're connected to a website using HTTPS, all of your traffic will be encrypted. So, which is something you definitely want, especially if you're sending, passwords or information that should not be able to be seen publicly. So you definitely want to use HTTPS where possible. So if anyone's listening to your network or anything, they couldn't decrypt that and wouldn't know what you're sending. So that was a cool little feature here. So I'll just go to a couple other websites here. Wikipedia, Indy, let's work for Notre Dame. So I go to this website pretty often here. We'll go ahead and illustrate the go button functionality here. Let's go ahead and go to Auburn and hit the go button, and we get our lovely script error. But that, you can see that loads. And so we can go ahead and bookmark this by clicking the bookmark this page button. So we'll go ahead and bookmark that. Let's say we want to bookmark the previous website we were at, but we forgot to, so we can go ahead and hit the back button here. That'll send us back. Bookmark this one. Alright, cool. Let's go back to and bookmark Wikipedia too, because everyone loves Wikipedia. So that also kind of illustrates the back button functionality. And then we can also go forward if we want. Now, one of the cool features is that you can see that when there's no more room to go forward, because this was the farthest we went, the forward button will get grayed out here, and the same will happen if we go all the way back. You can see that the back button gets grayed out. We can also refresh the page, which will reload our website here. And as I'm doing that, you can also see that at the bottom down here, I've got a progress bar that just shows how far the website is loaded. Okay, so that's kind of some of the basic functionality here. Now let's go through some of these tool strips up here for some additional features. So one of the things that's very important to a web browser is the ability to add new tabs. You can see that we can add new tabs here. by the button, or we can also hit Control T, and that will also add new tabs. So pretty cool, pretty standard functionality. We also have the ability to close tabs, close whatever tab you have selected. And then let's go ahead and take a look over. I'm skipping over the save page and the print page for now because those are two features that I have yet to implement. Those are definitely on my list of features that I want to work on in the future. So, but for right now they don't do anything, so we'll skip those. The exit web browser button here, hit that and it closes your web browser. So we'll go ahead and go back into it again. And we'll go ahead and look at our history here. And you can see that obviously we closed the application, reopened it, and it continued to save all of our information here in the database. So that's pretty cool that the data stays persistent, so it doesn't go away when you close the browser here. So again, here's your history manager we're looking at here. This is pretty basic, just stores all of your history from all the websites you visit. So you can see multiple instances of these because we went back and forth. And so every time we hit that page, it's going to add a history item in there. We can search to get instances of whatever it is that we want to see. So we can see, a couple instances of Google. So pretty basic. We can also delete items, remove those from the database one at a time, or if we want, we can just clear our history altogether, and that will wipe all of them out. And close out of there and go back in, and you can see that now they are gone. But we want to repopulate that to illustrate a couple other things. So we will get a couple more websites in there in the history. You can see the history is back. And then we can also clear history just by going up to Tools, Clear History. And you get this nice little message that tells you you've cleared your history. Now let's take a look at our bookmarks here. If you remember, before I closed it out the first time, I saved a couple of these websites as bookmarks. And so we can see them here. Now right now, really all they are is just words in a text box. You can't actually click on them and navigate to the website like most browsers. That's another piece of functionality that I'd like to add in the future. But here you can see them all. Similar to the history, we can search, return the value that shows up, delete them. Go ahead and delete them all. Look at manage bookmarks, see that everything is gone. So it illustrates that feature. And then finally, you can see if you go to the about, just stock message about, this web browser is designed to be lightweight and easy to use. And the name I chose for mine is Pyclik browser. It's kind of just a play on my last name here. And I thought it was kind of funny because I want my browser to be slick and fast, so it's just kind of a play on words there. And that's pretty much illustrates all the functionality of my web browser. Again, it's a pretty basic web browser. Didn't want to add a whole lot yet. As I kind of previously mentioned, some of the features that I would like to add in the future are I definitely want to get the save page as HTML working, and the print page. I know that in real life those are two features that I use all the time, so I definitely want to get that working. I'd also like to add some functionality to where when you navigate to a website, it'll populate the tab, those little tab name with the website that you're at. Google has that right now, and that's a pretty cool function. And lastly, the last feature I'd really like to add is the ability to select a tab and move it around and reorder it. That's another really commonly used feature of web browsers that mine does not currently have. So those are some of the features I want to add in the future. But overall, I thought this was a really fun project, really interactive. I thought it was really cool build something useful and it, iterate over it over the time of the full semester, and then come out with this pretty nice functioning web browser. So yeah, it's probably one of the more enjoyable projects of this program. So thanks for watching and have a good rest of your day.